Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Chief Justice of India, Shri Sanjeev Khanna, Justice B.R. Gawai, Justice Suryakant, Shri Arjun Ram Meghwal, Minister of State for Law and Justice, Attorney General Venkat Ramani ji, Solicitor General Manan Kumar Mishra, ex-Chief Justices of the Court, of the Supreme Court, of the High Courts, ex-judges of the High Court, distinguished members of the legal fraternity, senior advocates, members of the bar. We come here today to commemorate and renew our commitment to the vision of our founding fathers and mothers who bequeathed us this republic by which we govern ourselves as free people. As we contemplate the intellectual accomplishments of our constitution makers, we must also remember the audacity of their vision. The greatness of our constitution framers lay in the fact that they dared to think for themselves, dream of a world they wanted, and through sheer force of will, bent the arc of history to bring that world into existence. We stand here as that realized dream of our constitutional visionaries and of the millions of freedom fighters who gave birth to this country. Farmers, factory workers, laborers, women, weavers, writers, all who put their bodies, their families, their very lives on the line in the hope that one day we, citizens of a free, pluralistic and democratic India, could come to be a republic. Central to any republic is not the state apparatus, but the public. It is this public that constitutes our nation, and it is the public that has entrusted to various wings of government the political obligation to perform certain duties that serve their needs. The expression public is without reference to caste, class, religion, tribe, place of birth, gender, sexual identity or disabilities, a concept that is built into the architecture of our republic, which is the Equality Code, comprising Articles 14, 15, 16 of our Constitution, guaranteeing equality and non-discrimination in all respects to all persons and for an individual's participation in public life on that basis. The principle of the rule of law also reflects the centrality of the public, for it mandates a system of governance and administration of justice where all persons are equal before the law and are equally governed by the law. In other words, a political system where power lies in the hands of the people who are all equal bearers of sovereignty collectively bestowed upon government as an agent of the people. Thus, any law or state action that actively discriminates or gives untrammeled power to government goes against the very notion of a republic. At various moments in the 75 years of our Constitution, governments have forgotten the centrality of its obligations to the public, leading to situations where law is used for personal and political agendas. This is a deviation from the rule of law, which is the leitmotif of any responsible government. Constitutional courts play the very important role of reminding government of the centrality of the public in our republic. Courts are the ones who need to interpret the law to ensure that it is not disproportionate, that it has checks and balances to prevent government excesses, that it is non-discriminatory, and that it does not impinge upon the liberty of the very people whose sovereign power it draws authority from. The bench and the bar both play a very important part in this process. It is the commitment of those who comprise the bench and the bar to our constitutional promises that ensures that the rule of law prevails. Since the birth of our republic, this court has on many occasions fulfilled its constitutional role admirably by standing firmly against arbitrary and excessive government action through judgments that are truly seminal in every sense of the word. This court has been a model for constitutional courts around the world in its innovation and its boldness, which is evident in the basic structure doctrine, embracing substantive equality, in recognizing the right to privacy, in the realization of socio-economic rights through public interest litigation, just to name a few. In any nation, there are bound to be aberrations, where even courts deviate from the centrality of the public. And while we celebrate the past, we must ensure that all arms of government, including courts, remain vigilant to their duty to the Constitution. Ultimately, we are here to serve the public, and the work we do in this institution is not for ourselves, but is in trust for future generations, so that each of them may also be born into and grow up as equal citizens in a democratic nation. It is with this commitment that we all must move forward. Every decade brings its new challenges. The law must match with the aspirations of the people, weaving the wisdom of the past with a strong awareness of changing social contexts to craft principled and imaginative answers to hard questions. For as Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar exhorted us all in his final speech in the Constituent Assembly, and I quote, "Let us not forget that this independence has thrown on us great responsibilities. By independence, we have lost the excuse of blaming the British for anything going wrong. If hereafter things go wrong, we will have nobody to blame except ourselves. If we wish to preserve the Constitution, in which we have sought to enshrine the principle of government of the people, for the people, and by the people, let us resolve not to be tardy in the recognition of the evils that lie across our path, and which will induce people to prefer government for the people to government by the people, nor to be weak in our initiative to remove them. That is the only way to serve the country. I know no better." Thank you.